Yeah, what it is. So before we start, I just want to start off by first saying that there's absolutely no gore, violence, substances, hate speech, or anything else of the nature during the commission of this video. And if you don't know, this is your man's reporting to you live from the back of the classroom, Petty Murphy, aka MAGA Boy, doing what I do best, and that is the world's most illustrious propaganda pimping. If anything you see during the course of this video resonates, by all means, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Here, what's cracking? You already know what it is, and you already know who it is, right? So, a couple of days ago, I was talking about the United States Department of Commerce, 1954, short documentary film, right? And I know a lot of times I'll say things and reference things and always say do your own due diligence, but I know most people like to be spoon-fed information. So I decided to do a follow-up. So I'm gonna drop down on it right quick.
You got the level on that, Joe?
Hey, how's this video coming through?
Are the lights hot enough?
Don't forget to dolly in close. All right, be sure and stay clear of number 2 camera, and all set. Stand by.
Now I want you to pay attention, right? Presented with the cooperation of the Johnson Publishing Company, the publishers of Ebony, Tan, Jet, and Hue. So, if you know or understand, and you can look this up yourself, right? The CIA, as well as the FBI, have departments within those institutions that run propaganda in news media, entertainment, movies, television shows, magazines. So a lot of these magazines that we all grew up reading, because we all know we all love the Jet Beauty of the Week, page 42, Jet Beauty of the Week, right? But you see now a lot of it was all U.S. Department of Commerce propaganda. United States Department of Commerce for preparing this film. Okay.
Hello, I'm Bob Trout. I've got a story here that I think is big, really big, because it's bound to have a terrific impact on business. I'm talking about a new market, a big new market, millions upon millions of new prospects with $15 billion to spend. That's right, I said $15 billion. That's a
So in 1954, $15 billion just from foundational black Americans. Now, adjust that up for inflation. Imagine what that is in today's dollars, because we know now it's in the trillions. But we're going to carry on.
A lot of money, isn't it? The surprising thing is that it's a fresh market, still full of opportunities. It grew up so fast, got so big in a hurry, that few of us realize its scope. Now, these days, nobody's likely to pass up chances to sell. And yet right here in our own front yard, there's a neglected market. There's money waiting to be spent. To get the story of this market, to be able to tell you the secret of selling the Negro, we did a lot of digging. We talked to leading businessmen, to customers, and to salesmen. We went to Washington, D.C. We set up cameras and other key points around the nation. And out of this all, there emerged a story, the story of a new market. Yes, this is the market we're talking about, the new Negro family. Their name is Wells or Wilson, Smith or Brown or Alexander or Breen. They live in Chicago, in Atlanta or New York, in Detroit, St. Louis, Los Angeles, any one of 1,000 cities and towns. All over the country, families such as this are enjoying new prosperity. They have new interests, new standards of living, a buying power they've never enjoyed before. They're good prospects for practically all types of goods and services. All too often, though, they're overlooked prospects. Why? Because of some good, valid reason? No. They're overlooked because of mistaken ideas, because of out-of-date ideas about how the Negro lives and how he buys. The truth of the matter is that the Negro lives pretty much the same as other folks. He buys pretty much the same way, too. But just the same, a lot of old doubts and opinions keep cropping up over and over again.
I don't like to do business with Negroes. They're drifters. You can't keep track of them.
Yes, although a lot of people think that way, the truth is that 1 out of every 3 Negro families living in cities today owns its own home. That figure comes directly from the United States Bureau of Census.
1 in 3. 1 in 3 own their own homes in 1954. 1 in 3 black families in 1954 in the United States of America own their own homes. Again, integration wasn't about this kumbaya love fest. It was about commerce and the almighty dollar. We gave up financial independence
Maybe so, but Negroes are poor credit risks.
Not more of a credit risk than any other group. Actually, the Negro homebuyer meets his payments faithfully, often more faithfully than other race groups in the same economic level. That's the information we got from people who ought to know, the National Association of Real Estate Boards.
Well, maybe, but I've always heard that Negroes buy shoddy, poor quality merchandise.
No, it's just the other way around. According to leading researchers, in proportion to population and income, Negroes buy more quality products than any other comparable United States group. You see, there are a lot of confused notions about the Negro customer. But when you dig right down and find out about them, they just don't hold water. Negroes own homes. They meet their payments faithfully. They buy good brands of merchandise. So why let a lot of old-fashioned ideas hurt profits? Take a look at the real facts. Here in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, some amazing facts and figures about this new market have been uncovered. For a first-hand report, we would like to take you directly to the United States Department of Commerce to hear this story from the Secretary of Commerce himself. Here is the Honorable Sinclair Weeks, the Secretary of Commerce of the United States.
In the Department of Commerce, we are constantly alert to trends that mean a healthier national economy, better business for the nation as a whole. Recently, we have been interested in a rising young market, one that represents a huge potential for goods and services. I'm referring to the new Negro market. The tremendous buying power of this group is backed, of course, by an increased earning power. The average Negro family's income is at a record high. In fact, since 1939, it has increased more than the average income of all other Americans. Just take a look at a few figures. An official Department of Commerce report shows that at least 1/3 of the Negroes living in cities earn from $2,000 to $5,000 a year. Today, the average Negro wage earner brings home a paycheck 4 times larger than the one he collected in 1939. As a whole, the Negro market has a total income of about $15 billion every year. And after taxes, Negro families still have many billions of dollars to spend. Here is a buying power that cannot help but have a tremendous effect on our national economy and on business prosperity in general. When these dollars are spent for a wide range of goods, services, and employment, business everywhere is bound to feel the impact.
This new buying power has resulted in a class Negro market, a profitable, above-average income group of consumers. For example, the nation's largest newspaper and magazine research organization, Daniel Starch and staff, reports these significant figures. More than 51% of the readers of Ebony magazine have a record player in their homes. Almost 64% own a television set. And almost 78% enjoy the convenience of an electric refrigerator. It is also a fact, and this is from the magazine The Food Field Reporter, that Negroes spend almost $3 billion a year for food alone. Per capita, they buy more cosmetics, drugs, and toiletries than anyone else in the country. And their children are better educated, too. Because since 1930, enrollment in Negro colleges is up 2,500%. But really, to recognize the importance of this class Negro market, we must realize that something has been happening economically in our country. People are on the move. The population is shifting. The makeup of metropolitan populations today is different than it was just a few short years ago. To give you...
So yeah, you can go check that out when you like, find it on YouTube. But again, pay attention to what's really going on out here. And remember, I've shown time and time again exactly what Martin said, exactly what Malcolm said. I think there was a reason why all our ancestors were actually on the other side. And there's a reason why they convinced us to become liberals. And ever since we've been following the liberal agenda, we have consistently been losing more and more and more. And by no means am I saying that we should be running purely conservative or far right. But what I am saying is that we clearly have the buying power of a prosperous nation. Like I say, our spending is in the trillions every year. And South Africa has a yearly GDP of 403 billion. And we are in the trillions. So once we understand that and we stop allowing ourselves to be vampire food, suck for our energy and our resources, we could truly build something. There's a reason why, again, they made that documentary. There's a reason why the U.S. Department of Commerce studied us, put cameras in our neighborhoods to watch all of our habits. They've always been watching us. And they've always been preying on all of us. Not just blacks, but every American. All of us are chattel in this system. And that's what we all need to start really paying attention to. But yeah, be tweaking. So y'all keep your eyes to the stars, keep that head on the swivel, and remember, realize, transparency forces accountability. Y'all be safe out there.